home bakers, it's Jack here, bakewithjack.co.uk, and last week we spoke about best dry fruit soaking practices. This week I thought it might be helpful to see me incorporate it into the dough in real time. Let's cut to the table, but before we do, roll that theme tune. And here we are at the table with the dry fruit in the bowl. The first thing we need to do is soak our dry fruit in just enough water to cover. If you want to skip straight to the dough part, you can do that, and it's here. But for now, we're going to soak the fruit overnight so it plumps up lovely, like you can see. Pop it in a sieve to drain off the excess. You can see how juicy it is. You can leave it in the sieve for a while, let it drip up if you want to. And then line a tray like this, or put some paper on a chopping board, a couple of layers, and I'm going to sprinkle the fruit all over it. The idea is here, I want to dry off the outside. If it's too wet on the outside, the dough will be super slippery and slimy. We're getting a big mess and we don't want that to happen. So another couple of bits of paper on the top like this, lay them on there nice and gently, and I want to give them a little gentle pat on the top. Like this, just a gentle pat. We don't want to squeeze it too hard. We don't want to squeeze the moisture back out. Just a little gentle pat to remove the moisture from the surface of the fruit. You see? Like that. Give it a little shake, just for good measure. And you can leave it on there for a while if you wanted to, and we're already at the dough. So the dough here is just after I finish kneading it. This is always where I put my fruit in. After I've kneaded it, I spread it out like this with my fingertips. The best way to spread your dough out is to press down with your fingertips, and it will spread itself as you go. Don't try and stretch it out sideways because it will just always ping back. Just push with your fingertips like that, and if it doesn't go where you want it to go, just leave it, let it rest up for a bit. Come back to it. All the fruit I'm going to sprinkle over like this, nice and evenly. In fact, we go with half of the fruit this time around. We really want to get a little bit of fruit everywhere. If you're making buns or something, it's a real shame if you get the bun with no fruit inside. So try and make it even everywhere, right to the edges, as I'm doing here. Arrange it nicely, give it a little push down with your fingertips, but you don't want to pop or squeeze any of that juice out of the fruit, and then just fold it up. A little press in between folds to make sure it's all kind of sealed up inside. You'll be able to feel the fruit inside in between. And we're going to turn it at 90 degrees and push it out back flat again, ready for the second half of the fruit. It may look like I'm being a bit forceful here, but I am being quite gentle with it. I'm not trying to squash and squeeze any of the fruit. I'm just trying to stick those layers together, if you like, because there'll be layers of moisture inside of that dough. We don't want that to cause us a problem, so I'm just trying to stick it together to best get the fruit incorporated as part of the dough instead of in layers of moisture. The rest of the fruit goes on top. Spread it around for the second time, like this. Exactly like before. And I'm going to fold it up this time exactly like I did earlier. If you can roll it up like a sausage if you want to. I've done it in the past. But on this occasion, I folded it in three, exactly like I did before. That is about to happen, roughly, now. Any of them fall out, just pick them up, pop them back on, couple of eyes and a nose, pop it on like that, and push it down again. We're just doing our best to make it part of the dough here. Right, now all I'm doing is folding up the corners, making it into a nice, smooth, round ball without splitting that outside surface and the fruit falling out again. Pop it back into the bowl like that. A little bit of dust on top, and you're ready for your first rest. With a cloth on the top, with a bowl on the top, resting up. And there it is. I hope that was helpful. I always put my fruit in after I've kneaded the dough before the first rest. I don't know why. That's just always what I've done, because by the time you've shaped it up, hopefully there'll be a little bit all over the place. Don't forget, if your dough doesn't go to where you want it to go to, if it doesn't spread out like you would hope, if it springs back too much, just let it rest. Take a little break, set a timer for 10 minutes, go away for a bit, come back, and it will relax a little bit, and it will be much more forgiving when you're trying to push it out nice and flat. I hope this video has helped you out, and I look forward to seeing you next time for another one. Bye-bye. And there you have it. Don't forget, if you want to sign up for your Home Bakers Bulletin, you can in the link underneath. It's an email directly in your inbox with all my content almost every single Thursday. This video and every single other video on this channel is sponsored by the Bake with Jack online shop. For all your bread making bits and bobs, head over to bakewithjack.co.uk/shop. See ya.